Pac is back, ghost chomping at his feet. Pac's our hero, Pac just can't be beat, yeah!
Pac's a yellow, Pac is green, he's a chowing down machine. Yup, monster goons, and only one can stop him. Pac-Man rules!
The Pac is back, ghost chomping at his feet. Pac's our hero, and Pac just can't be beat. The Pac is back!
Carl and Damon here from Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and it's Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, Episode 6, President Possessed, written by Len Uli. At school, everyone is really excited, except the jealous Skibo, because President Spiros is coming to give a talk to their class, and this is only happening, and everyone is at pains to say this. This is only happening because Pac is poor with the president, because Pac's our man. Yep. He's our hero. Pac is back. I really hate the way they're writing Pac in this, where it's just like everyone should, and it almost feels, it almost feels like the writers are doing it on purpose. Like, isn't he really, like, the arrogance surrounding it? But it's not necessarily because of Pac; it's how everybody else has treated him. However, the president calls on Root and reveals he's under attack from ghosts. Pac, Silly, and Spiral are headed to help. Why are the other two going? Just let Pac do it. And Pac eats an icy berry that gives him powers to freeze the tornado of ghosts and save the president's car. After Pac has slaughtered, I'm going to use terms like that now, slaughtered all the ghosts outside, with a little help from the other two, Pac chases two ghosts into the cafeteria of the school and has a Western-style food fight showdown with them. Yeah. Pac wins. Shock. Eats them and burps their eyes out. Outside, the others are standing guard, but fail somehow to see Dr. Buttock sneak into the car and possess the president. I was like, well, this is different. Okay. Didn't know they could do that.
Yeah.
The possessed president is now rude to Pac and the others, which pleases Skibo, but makes Silly and Spiral suspicious. So, what's the goal here, beside the obvious power of having the control of the president? Because to me, I was like, well, that's it, right? That's all. You don't need to do anything else.
Yeah.
All you need to do is, as the president, start ordering, I don't know, order the release of the ghosts, order the release of the bodies of the ghosts. Like, do all of this.
Order Pac assassinated.
Yeah, get Pac assassinated. Basically, it's a Brrraains plot to find the repository that's holding his body. I did at least think that's a decent plan.
Yeah.
And perfectly fine. I do like the idea that, like...
Come back alive, yeah.
Yeah, like, getting his body is an extra aspect to our overall plot of domination. During an argument between Brrraains and Dr. Buttock, so basically they continue to argue through, like, telepathic speak, I guess.
They're brothers, aren't they? Half brothers, aren't they?
No, it's Spiros and Brrraains that are. President Spiros is the brother of Brrraains.
Yes.
But the Buttocks is the brother with Butler.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
There's a funny line from the former, which is, don't confuse me with fractions. I like that. It made me laugh. Pac arrives in the possessed president's office, wanting to know if the president is angry with him, but his argument with Brrraains continues, makes Pac think he's being shouted at, and he's kicked out, and later that night he wonders what was wrong with the president Spiral. I hate this Pac.
Yeah.
This Pac coming into the office is like, oh, why aren't you my friend? Have I upset you? Is really pathetic.
It is,
like, I don't like that either. They hear the sound of ghosts moaning and running to Silly and finding Inky, Binky, Plinky and Clyde on the roof. After everyone is momentarily startled, they reveal what they know and what they saw in Brrraains' office. His behaviour reminds Pac of what he saw in the president's office, and Silly wonders if he is possessed. Of course, this is impossible, as they all know. And I was like, wait, why is it impossible?
Yeah.
And admittedly, I was like, well, it has to be something, right? Because otherwise, if ghosts can just possess bodies, why aren't they all doing it? So it turns out there is something, because they don't know that the Buttocks built a machine that allows ghosts to permanently take over Pac Worlders' bodies. And I was like, okay, so maybe it's like they can only take over temporarily. And this is like and he's built a machine. But then I was also like, deploy it to all ghosts then. Like, why are you just doing it to one? Why not make it to all ghosts now?
Do it to Pac and destroy the world.
Something, right? They don't actually explain why he doesn't. No. Needing help, they go to see Circumference and tell him what they know, and he gives them something called a Pacostroba Cacophonator. I don't know, it's a...
That name always makes a lot of Circumference.
Yes. Before they can find out what it does, the president arrives with the Buttocks on a mission to find out where Brrraains' body is. However, he gets distracted by the lab around him and demands to know what each invention does. I do like the fact the doctor inside the body does actually, it's like, oh my god, I love this lab, I want to know more. That's quite a cool touch. This infuriates Brrraains, and another internal argument begins, confusing Circumference and convincing a hiding Pac, Spiral and Silly that something is clearly not right. Fuzzbot, being a monster, is seemingly aware of who was inside the president and attacks him. This results in the president being hurt and the others' hiding place being found. They make a run for it, but the president sets his team on them, claiming that they've gone rogue and attacked them. So finally you're doing this.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, the Pac-Man's gone rogue. Pac, Silly and Spiral managed to escape, but it appears as though they're now wanted. Pac worlders, as the president reports to the entire city that the trio are to be brought to justice. The Pac hunters on, and Dr. Buttocks reports on the Brrraains, who was impressed by what he's done. I was actually impressed. I was like, this will work, you know?
Yeah.
It goes further though, as he's kidnapped Circumference and is going to use him to make Pac give up, revealing where the Tree of Life is and get everything they want at once. Not entirely sure that's as solid as you think.
No.
You know? Brrraains sends up Ghost to back him up, which includes Inky, Blinky, Pinky and Clyde. And Dr. Buttocks now confronts Pac outside the school, demanding his last power berry, the Tree of Life, in the location of the repository. So, they ran out of steam here. And this is what... I couldn't believe how fast this all happens.
Yeah.
It's like they were like, okay, we've got to wrap this up, and we've done it. Like, this almost feels like it should have been a two-parter.
Yeah.
With Pac on the run, and then uncover the truth and reveal to everyone.
They rushed it.
Instead, we just go immediately to confrontation at the school, and everyone's involved. Because Pac confronts the president about being possessed, and the ruse is up, revealing that Dr. Buttocks is inside him, and that they've won because they have Circumference. Pac agrees to give up his berry dispenser, which conveniently looks exactly like the Paco Strober Cocofunnel thing, that weapon machine.
Yeah.
Looks exactly the same. He hands it over, and Dr. Buttocks uses it, results in him being exorcised from the body. President Spirits is back, and the ghosts are all like, oh, well, that plan failed, and everybody runs away. And that's how it ends. And I find it incredibly disappointing.
Yeah.
I thought this was a fun episode that had legs, had a good idea, doing something different, and could have really, really been a two-parter, stretched out with the idea of Pac being on the hunted and stuff like that. Instead, they just went, boom, done, and wrapped it up in the most unsatisfying way possible.
And you're probably like that think now that they've used possession, you're probably never going to
Never use it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this machine is not mentioned. Why it's not used elsewhere, it's not mentioned again in this. Like, it's not even destroyed. Perhaps have a thing where, if by being exercised, Dr. Buttocks goes shooting back through the machine and blows it up.
Yeah.
Do you mean make but then you'd be like, what happens to Dr. Buttocks event again? I would have written a nuance to Dr. Buttocks. I'd have written a nuance that he has short-term memory loss.
Yeah.
So and it's a silly thing, but it's why he can never rebuild an invention, is because he forgets how to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But then you'd be like, well, why doesn't he write it down? And I'd be like, well, Ghost can't write because, like, there's ways around this.
Exactly,
Instead, the argument, the thing is to be just ignore it.
Yeah.
And it does give the impression now that we are going to get a lot of standalone episodes that really don't connect to anything at all.
Yeah.
We'll have the overarching story of Brrraains trying to take over the city, get his body back, and elements like that. But we're not really going to have a bigger story, I think.
Pac ain't going easy, so
No, there's that as well. Yeah, we're not getting no more Comet Conquest ending here. We're Pac and old Silly and Spiral all get murdered by Brrraains.
Brilliant.
You never know. We're not there yet. Episode 6, President Possessed, or Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. You got any thoughts and you don't know what to do? Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website, where reviews, news and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at GBHBL. Just search for GBHBL and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.